NHL 23 is finally here, and I'm going to go through all the brand new X Factor cards here in Hockey Ultimate Team. What's going on, guys? Thrash here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to NHL 23. We are finally here. Let's take a look at the X Factors. Now, here's the collection for it. The first thing I want to point out is that there are a lot less X Factor cards this year compared to last year. There was 50 of them last year. There is about 36 this year. So, a big drop in that. But we do have some new X Factor players. What I decided to do is go through every one of them here today, because they all have new synergies, new abilities, whatever. So you're going to get to see this first on the channel. I'm the first one to show this off, so let's get into this. And starting it off, 74 overall, SHEA THEODORE. At tier 1, he has Distributor active, and then you can unlock Thief a little bit later. He also has the zone ability, Heat Seeker. Now moving on through the tiers, you're going to need 500 coins, 750 coins, 1,750 coins, and then his base card, or 6,500 coins. The rest of the synergies you can see here. Looks like a decent card, and SHEA THEODORE is the only one at 74 overall. Next up, Matthew Barzal at 75. He has Ankle Breaker as his silver ability and Elite Edges as his gold. With Well-Rounded, you can see his synergies here. And he unlocks Distributor at level 5. And at 84 overall, you're going to need 20k or his base card to unlock him. Looks like a pretty damn good card, though. Next up, STAMKOS at 76. Yeah, we're moving up pretty quickly. We are. And he looks pretty damn good, I must say. STAMKOS is always good every year. He has Spinorama as a superstar ability, and his zone ability is 1T, of course, where he's known for his one-timers. All the way at 85 overall, you're going to need 40k or base STAMKOS to upgrade him to unlock Well-Rounded and Spinorama and get that extra awesome card art. But the stats here look pretty good. Now, next one's an interesting one. It's David Pastrnak. And why this one is so interesting is, yes, he is 76 overall, and he actually looks really damn good. You need 40k or his base card, but looking at him, he has Ankle Breaker, awesome, Snipe, cool. He has Distributor and a bunch of great synergies, but what's interesting about this card is that he has an MSP coming out next Friday, which means he's an 88. You can upgrade him all the way to 88 starting Friday, which means he's going to be pretty freaking good. This may be an X Factor to go with. Next up, my captain, Dylan Larkin, gets one. Let's go, and his card looks awesome. At 85 overall, 91 acceleration, 91 speed. He has gold wheels and silver elite edges, applesauce, and he will unlock Fly the Zone there. So that's what the card will look like if you can unlock everything here. I cannot wait. This is the card I want the most, obviously, as a Wings fan, but he looks like a great card as well. This could be one of the sleeper picks for best X Factor, honestly. There's a couple, obviously, Connor McDavid, Nathan MacKinnon. Obviously, those guys are going to be good, but if you want a cheaper one, Dylan Larkin is a great sleeper pick. Next up at 76, John CARLSON. He has Heat Seeker and for his zone ability, Thunderclap. So he will absolutely fire that puck. Again, 40k or the base card. He does unlock Distributor or any of the skating synergies here, so that'll help him out a bit. And Gladiator at tier 5. Now moving on to the 77s, we have Alexander Barkov, who unfortunately is kind of slow yet again. Not too bad. Like, it's not as bad as it has been, and he's still kind of slow. He does have Yoink as his zone ability, Puck on a String as a superstar, and he does have a skating sin, so that's going to help him out as well. Alex Barkov, always a really good card every year. If you can get by his skating, the rest of the card is phenomenal, so Barkov could be a good pick. The Cover Boy is next at 77 overall. To get him all the way up, you're going to need 65,000 coins or his base card, and he does have Puck on a String and the brand new ability Skilled Up, which is going to help him do the lacrosse, which is pretty cool. He looks like a good card, but again, it's important to remember he does have an MSP incoming, so this card will go to 88 overall starting Friday. So you'll be able to unlock Wingman, you'll be able to do all this. So this looks like a pretty good card. I'm still leaning towards the Pasta over the Zegras, but either way, you're getting a good card. Next at 77 is Matthew Tkachuk. He looks pretty good. It's tricky as his zone ability and his superstar ability is Big Rig. Again, not the fastest skater, but again, he'll be really good. He's 6'2", usually has a pretty good card, but no skating sin on him. Gonna be tough to get around the slow skating, especially this early in the game, but if you like Matthew Tkachuk, how could you go wrong? Next at 77 are Artemi Panarin of the New York Rangers. Zone abilities make it snappy. He has Ankle Breaker for his superstar ability. He's a good skater. Does not have a skating sin, but again, it's good skater, great shot, great hands. Good defensive stick checking as well. So, like, not a bad all-around card here. He is a little bit small at 5'11". Body checking is very low. I don't know. I like Panarin. I didn't really like him last year compared to years past, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be good this year. If you like Panarin, there's no reason not to take him. We have our first goalie on the list, Jacob Markstrom at 6'6". He has Dialed In and Last Stand. I don't suggest taking a goalie. If you get the ability of getting an X Factor card, don't take the goalie if it's a choice pack. But Jacob Markstrom at 6'6". If goalies are going to be the same they have been the last few years, where height is the only thing that matters, probably pretty good, but unfortunately, I don't ever suggest taking a goalie. Next up, we have Kirill Kaprizov. He has wheels, which is going to be very nice, and ankle breaker, but no skating synergy, so that's why I have Dylan Larkin rated above Kirill Kaprizov. That skating synergy and everything. His shot's not as good, but his skating is way, way better for Larkin, so I'm going to go with Larkin still, and I might be a little bit biased because I'm a Wings fan, but can't go on with Kirill Kaprizov. He's 5'10". Larkin's also taller, but I think Kirill's going to be a really good card, especially when he starts getting a couple more upgrades. This will be a very good card to get. Patrick Kane here at 77 for the next one. He is a damn good skater. Puck on a string for his zone ability. He has ankle breaker. What can I say that's bad about this card? He's 5'10". His body checking sucks. His defense isn't great. But he's such a good offensive card that it makes up for everything here. This is going to be a phenomenal card. Patrick Kane could be a great option for you, especially if you think he's going to do well throughout the year. The newest addition to Calgary, and Jonathan HUBERDEAU is next, and he looks alright, tape to tape. He has Dangle City as one of his synergies, and he has Bombarded. No skating sin, so he's not going to have that little extra boost, but does he really need it? 89 is not that bad, but he's a good all-around card. There's not really one thing that he really lacks besides his body checking, so could be a good option if you are a Calgary fan. I'm still picking Larkin over this card, simply because he not only does he have better skating, but then he has wheels and elite edges. Like, this is why I'm saying go with Dylan Larkin, not just because I'm a Wings fan and he's my captain, but I really do think that Larkin is one of the better options you can get. For a defenseman, we have Adam Fox here. He looks good. He's small, which, again, a lot of people are going to be upset about, but I think he's going to be a very good card. He does have tape to tape and elite edges for a silver ability there. No skating sin on him, but he does have some decent sins that'll help him out with his shot and whatnot, so could be a really good card, and he's got great skating here at 86 overall, so once you get that base card and trade him in, it's really good defenseman to start out the year. And our last 77 is going to be Kyle Connor. Good skater, good shot, good hands. Not the best on defense, but he does have Dangle City, which is going to be fun. And he has gold wheels. Another one of those really good cards you might want to pick up, honestly. Now, here's the thing. I didn't get the pre-order bonus. I don't have the pre-order bonus, so I can't tell you who to take in your starter pack because I don't know what cards are in your starter pack. If Dylan Larkin's in your starter pack, I would say go with him or Pasta or like any of the big name players, of course. If you get Matthews or McDavid or McKinnon, like if those are options, you get them. But if they're not options, Dylan Larkin, Kyle Connor, Patrick Kane are all really good options as well. Connor had a phenomenal year last year, and I'm expecting another one. Again, you want players who you think are going to have a great year because that's who's going to get upgraded the most, which means the faster your card will upgrade with the X Factor here. So honestly, if you think Kyle Connor is going to repeat his season from last year, this could be really good. We have our first 78 overall with Igor Shesterkin, and he is a goalie. He's got silver post-to-post. He has butterfly effect. You're going to need 90k or his base card to upgrade him to 87, but again, it's a goalie. I do not suggest taking a goalie. If you are a Rangers fan, if you love Igor, go for it. Do whatever you want. Don't let me dictate who you take, but I don't suggest ever taking a goalie. Next up is Alexander Ovechkin. Of course, he has 1T. He has unstoppable force, and he has a skating sin to help him out. He's still kind of slow out there. I mean, if you like Alexander Ovechkin, and again, if you think he's scoring a lot of goals, like look at that shot. His shot's disgusting. If you think he's scoring a lot of goals this year, and you want Alex Ovechkin, go with Alex Ovechkin. He's going to have a great shot all year, obviously, but his skating will improve more and more throughout the year as the card goes up. So this could be a great option. His deking is lower than I would like it to be. I think I would want someone... I can't imagine that he has such slow deking. I don't know why. But his deking's low, his passing's low. So if you're looking for a more complete player, Ovi's probably not your pick. But if you're an Ovi fan, like, you can't not take him. We finally get to our first women X Factor. It is Sarah Nurse, and she has Relentless, the brand new ability, as her zone ability, and Unstoppable Force. She's 5'8". She does have a skating sin to help her out there a little bit, but unfortunately at 5'8", you know what, even the size isn't really that big of an issue. Like, the card itself looks very good. Here's my issue with it. How often are the women X Factor cards really going to get upgrades? I don't know how often they're actually going to get upgraded, and that's my main issue with taking a women X Factor. Not that I think that they're going to be bad cards or anything. I just don't know how often they'll upgrade, because I don't know, like, they're like Olympic-style cards, right? They're Team Canada and everything. Are they only going to go for, like, national tournaments and stuff like that? Or what's the plan with them? We don't really know, so I'm kind of concerned about taking one of them if they're not going to get a lot of upgrades. Next is Cale Makar, and if you have a chance to take Cale Makar, you take Cale Makar. He is disgusting. Gold elite edges. He has Heat Seeker. The card is just gross. Like, go with Cale Makar. Just do it. The next woman we have is Hilary Knight at 5'11". A great card, actually. This is a really good card. Off the rush, has big rig, dangle city, and fly the zone. Like, she has skating sins. Like, this looks like a very good card. Again, not sure about the upgrades and how that system's going to work for the women. But overall, like, this looks like a very good card. The only main concern for it would be her shot power. That is the only concern I have with this card. Next up is Roman Josi. He does have a skating sin to help him out just a little bit. Send It as his zone ability. Puck on a string. Unfortunately, Roman Josi not looking phenomenal. A little bit slow for my liking as my number 1 D-man. He is 6'2". His shot's okay. His hands suck. His defense is pretty good. Roman Josi, one of the ones I'm not super high on. Next up is Victor Hedman with gold stick him up and silver shutdown. He's slow. Absolutely, he's slow and his hands suck. But it's Victor Hedman at 6'6". We know how he plays every single year. He usually is a very good card. That being said, I didn't like his card very much last year until he got into the mid-90s. If you can hang on to this card until then, great. But I probably don't suggest taking him. He's just going to be very slow this early into the game. And with the way defense has changed, I don't know how viable of an option he really is. Now, I want to apologize. I missed a 77, and it's because he's in my collection. Like, I already have him. It's Mitch Marner. And Mitch Marner's abilities and synergies are as such. So here's his synergy slot. There you go. He has Third Eye, and he has Puck on a String. I apologize. This is the one I got out of my free pack, like my starter pack. So I totally forgot he was in my collection. I apologize for that. But here's Mitch Marner. He does look pretty good. Next up is Sidney Crosby. He has Beauty Backhand and Unstoppable Force. He looks like a great card. Like, his skating's not phenomenal, but it's not really bad either. Great stick checking, good face-offs. Body checking's a little low. Hands are good. If you're looking for an all-around card, most complete all-around card, Sidney Crosby's probably that card. He does not have a skating sin yet, but, like, realistically, this is Sidney Crosby. He's one of the best cards every single year. I used him in Hut Warriors last year, which is my Road to Div 1 series. I would love to have him again. Our next woman is KENDALL COYNE Schofield. I didn't say her name right, and I apologize for that. At 5'5", one of the smaller players in the game, but the skating is real with this card. Gold wheels and elite edges, 94 speed, 93 acceleration, and a skating synergy. This is going to be one of the fastest cards we've ever seen at the launch of a Hut game. I might just need to get this card just to try it. I can't believe how fast this card is going to be. 95 Excel with the synergy on, and gold wheels and elite edges. Like, it's just mind-boggling. Our first 79 X Factor is Andrei Vasilevskiy. It'll cost you 100k or his base card to upgrade him to an 88, and he has Contortionist, and then Whirlwind, and a second ability with Last Stand. So there you go. Our first goalie and first player with multiple silver abilities. He has Applesauce and Well-Rounded, but they don't really matter for goalies. And again, it's a goalie. I just don't suggest taking it, no matter how good they are in real life. Next up, we have Poulin. She's not as good as a skater as the last card, but she is 5'6". She has Born Leader, and then Puck on a String and Ankle Breaker, but the card is very well-rounded. There's not really anything here that I go, wow, that's not very good. The shot power is good, the acceleration and speed is good, deking is good, defense looks alright, like, everything here is solid. The only thing that might scare some people away is her height. So if you're one of those players that really are concerned about their height and the way they play like that, maybe don't go with her, but again, she's probably really good. Next up is Connor McDavid. Gold wheels, Puck on a String, and Ankle Breaker. Look at this card. Right? If this is one of your options, you take him. It's Connor McDavid. This is the best card in the game. It's the best card in the game. If you have the option to take Connor McDavid, you take Connor McDavid. He is that good. There's nothing negative I can say about this card. Next up is Austin Matthews. He does have Shock and Awe. He has Make It Snappy and Puck on a String for his silver abilities. He does have some skating sins to help him out, and he has Gladiator there. So his skating's not great, but his shot is unreal. He could be really good. I don't know. I always go back and forth on Matthews every year. I didn't like Matthews at the beginning of last year, but later on to the year, I really did like him. So at the beginning of the year, I don't know how I feel. He looks like a good card, but if you like Austin Matthews, you're going to take Austin Matthews. I get that. I just don't want to say that he's going to be the best, and then if you don't end up liking him, I'll feel really bad. You know what I mean? Next, we have Nathan MacKinnon, another one of those cards. But if you have Nathan MacKinnon in the pack, you're going to take Nathan MacKinnon. Look at this card. 93 speed and excel. He has a skating sin. He has Ankle Breaker, Silver Wheels, and then Puck on a String. Like, it's just unbelievable. And the difference between MacKinnon and Matthews. Matthews has a better shot. MacKinnon is a much better skater. That's pretty much it. Between the two, that is pretty much it. So if you guys are looking for a shot, you go Matthews. If you're going for skating, you go Nathan MacKinnon. Last but not least, we have Leon Draisaitl, and honestly, I'm not huge on Leon Draisaitl's card at all. He's not a good skater. His shot's all right. His hands are all right. He can't check, and his defense is kind of lacking. I'm not huge on this card. He has gold tape to tape, and he has big rake, and he does have a skating sim to help him out. But I'm not big on Leon Draisaitl. I'm just not. Now, that is every X Factor card currently in the game of NHL 23 Hockey Ultimate Team. Now, you're going to have some pre-order choice packs that you're going to get and whatnot. And I don't know what cards are going to be in that. I didn't get the pre-order stuff. So, if you have the option to take out of anyone here on this first page, we'll say this first page that you see here, out of all of these guys, Dylan Larkin, David Pastrnak, Matthew Barzal, and Steven Stamkos. Those are my picks for this first page. I don't know who else is going to be in it, if these guys will even be in it. I really don't know. Those would be my picks, especially if you think any of these guys are going to have a really good year. Obviously, they're going to get more upgrades throughout the year. Pasta makes a lot of sense if you're not going to take his master player, if you don't want to make the master player or whatever, to go after the X Factor, because he's going to go up to 88 very soon. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and let me know down below which X Factor you want the most other than Connor McDavid. Because, yeah, we all want Connor McDavid. I want that Dylan Larkin. That's the one I want the most. I actually want Larkin more than McDavid, just because I'm a Wings fan. That's who I am. I need that card on my team, and I will get him. I guarantee it will happen eventually. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Stay frosty.